I am here at the Champaign County Fairgrounds, and today I am going to learn about Derby icons. Thank you so much for sponsoring our segment, Taylor.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, so tell me about Derby icons.
Derby Icons is a family fun event. Families get together and build demo cars from scratch. They put different motors and trannies and dry shafts and cages so it's safe, and they come out for a family fun weekend, and they crash cars all weekend, and they bring their camper and bring their kids. We have bounce houses for the kids, and just a nice weekend to get away and do something for the sport that they love.
Yeah, I have so many questions because you say so that it's safe, and I'm looking at this car
it doesn't look so safe.
No,
but,
and I was like, was someone in this when this got like this?
Yep.
Who?
I was in there. This is probably a year and a half ago. I ran this car in Pecatonica, Illinois.
Okay.
So I took this car from the ground up, and about 30 days or so, I put a cage in there where it's safe. Move your gas tank in the back so you don't explode, and then a different motor and tranny, and then you put a good front bumper on it to kind of protect your radiator, and then a couple of buddies helped me, and we took our camper and our car up to Pecatonica, Illinois, and we just hung out with a different promoter for 4 or 5 days and got away and just hang out with people and kind of socialize and have a good weekend.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun. And I know you have an event coming up. What is Spring Explosion? So
Spring Explosion is a 4-man team derby. Everything is team-based for the Spring Explosion. Our other events are just one-off events where it's just one-on-one. But there'll be a team of 4. They bring their cars out. They go 4-on-4. Whoever wins that goes to the feature.
Okay.
For prize money. The 2-man bone stock is 2 cars out there that run against each other. So that will be next weekend. We start on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. It's just a nice time for family fun.
And I know that this is something that actually brings a lot of commerce into the community. Can you talk a little bit about that?
So after we started doing this, I'm born and raised here local. I got a lot of text messages from restaurants and hotels and just lots of things in the community that, you should have a demo every weekend. And I'm like, well, that'd be great if I could do that, but they have to have time to prep their cars and build another car. But it's all the money that it brought into the community for the hotels and pizza places and all that really helps the stores locally for the community, and the Marketplace Mall, that sometimes they have different stores. If people come from 4 or 5 states away, they might not have the same stores. So the husband's here or boyfriend's here working on their car, and the family will go to Marketplace Mall, they'll go to Perkins to eat, or go downtown Green Street and see all the stuff downtown at the U of I. So it brings a lot of impact in the community when you have 25 or 3,000 people that don't normally come here, especially being in this little small block radius for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Everywhere's pretty good.
And we were chatting a little bit before we started rolling, and you were explaining to me a little bit about where these cars come from. Can you talk a little bit about that?
So about like 30 years ago, you used to be able to find these cars in older neighborhoods, and they would just be sitting out front with 4 flat tires. You'd go up and knock on the door and say, hey, obviously this car hasn't been moved in years.
Right.
What would you take for it? A couple $100. Well, as time goes on, all your cars now are front wheel drive and plastic, so it's hard to find a good old structure car. So a lot of times you have to go to like somewhere where it's dry, so you don't have a rusty car, which would be like Arizona, Florida, Wisconsin has snow and salt. So a lot of those, and also a lot of people that do this for a living, they stock these up to be able to run them. So someone like myself has 25 or 30 of these. Other demo drivers have maybe a couple hundred of these just because they're hard to find, and when you do find them, you want to get them when you can.
And talk to me a little bit about the sport of demo driving. How do you know when it's time to bail out?
So when it's time to bail out is when you take all your hard work and basically you put it all in the car, and you got months in there, and family helps you, and you go out there on the track and your car quits moving. That's one reason when you know it's time to bail out.
Okay.
The other reason is when you win first place and get a big check, you know that it's time to go home. And
that's best case scenario.
Yeah, best case scenario. It's time to go home and then take all that money you got and dump it right back into the next car.
Right.
So,
it's just a cycle.
It is. Yep. And the amount of money that normally win, you probably have 2 times that in the car, which sounds crazy. When you win $20,000, you're probably looking at it like you have 20 grand in this car, but realistically, there's probably 50 grand in this car right here that we're standing next to.
Of course, because you have to do all of the moving
just the motor
and
and the tranny and the tires and all that stuff. There's lots of things that probably the local community doesn't know about demo derby, but the tires and the bumper and the motor and tranny, it might look like it's just, you know, metal and it's crunched up, but it's also expensive as well.
Yeah, for sure. Well, thank you so much for being here and for sponsoring our segment today.
No problem. Thank you.
And if you want more information about Spring Explosion, you can visit us on the web after the show at ciLiving.tv.